All right, so there's 3 color notebooks that are our big, huge part of the language arts program in this classroom. So you'll have the answer keys and a student copy for a reference for each one. Answer key and a student copy. All right, so let's discuss how this looks like in the laptop. So you'll have your files in the 4th grade, and I labeled it number 1, notebook, PowerPoints, and then you see orange, red, yellow. And so let's say that you're following the pacing guide and you are in week 4 and you're doing the lesson on character. So that would be orange notebook, and character is a number 3 here. So the kids, this is their notebook, would open to number 3, character. That's on the table of contents, so they'll turn to that and they'll be ready with their pencil to notate. The way it works is first they do the notes, they learn what a character trait is, and then the PowerPoint will start asking them to be interactive and apply what they learned by testing out their skills. Okay, so then character traits, you'd open this up, and so it's organized this way. There is the PowerPoint, the companion sheets, which they already have, so you don't have to open that, and other resources just in case you need, you don't get it, you need to review something, or you want to give them a worksheet or a craft that may go with it. These are where there's further materials, like even more PowerPoint. Sometimes I'll have videos on the other resources. So sometimes it's worth taking a peek at what I have under other resources. All right, so then I have tried to highlight as many PowerPoints as I can so that whatever they're taking notes in, like when there's fill in the blanks, it's highlighted for them so that it's easier for them to track. Like this, this yellow word here, personality, it's for the first note-taking character's personality. That way they could track. They're not like, wait, what are we copying here? They could see the highlighted. Not all PowerPoints have been highlighted. I try to do most of them. So you may have to tell them, oh, that's the key word that goes on your notes. Now, PowerPoints can be very dull, so I have to bring a lot of personality into them. I read in character voices. I try to be as engaging as possible because of the nature of PowerPoints. Like, it's very passive learning. So I try to be as engaging as possible because the content in this is fabulous. So it's just really worth bringing it on for these characters, these PowerPoints to be engaging. All right, so the answer keys. I don't really use the answer keys. It tells you what would be in every part of the notes. Unless there's a student with a learning difference and they have a really hard time tracking what they're supposed to write in their notes, what are the blanks, then I will, but because it does give the answers, then I'll give it to those students. Or maybe you want to refer to it so you know what's coming next in the PowerPoints. So this is just use and your own discretion. These I will be putting in the teacher desk, so you have the answer keys and the student copies. And of course you have the pacing guides too. So I'll make a video on each of these individual notebooks to go more into detail. These are all 4th grade standard based. They cover all of the ones for the language arts, plus more. And I don't use the LUSD curriculum. This is by far more superior than that. So I kind of create my own program. They're based on Deb Hansen's PowerPoints and some of her other resources that she has. She's a literacy coach, and she covers all those standards very well. And some of the PowerPoints I even own she's created it just for me. She's tailored some because she knows I'm a big fan of her work, and own everything she's practically, it seems like everything she's created. Now, when you look at the files that I have here for these PowerPoints, so let's see, cause and effect, they do have other resources, each one, so there's more to do just in case you need it. But I wanted to point out that there are sometimes PowerPoints that are not numbered. They're either been discontinued, or I just don't use them. I use them at the end of the year, so that may happen. You might see some, they're like, oh, wait a minute, these are all numbered 1 through 10, but what about these? These I might do at the end of the year if there's time, or I just have to pick and choose. We don't, so they're just extras, not on the pacing guide. So the notebooks are labeled. This is the orange, red. They'll be on top of the closet right next to the yellow notebooks there. And I'm gonna put some labels in the orange notebook and tape. So you'll see that the notebooks don't have student names. I would have loved to have done it with you if I knew the roster, but they're calling all these lottery kids, so I'm not sure my class yet. But I don't like for kids to write on this. It looks kind of tacky, their name and their numbers. So if I could have you please put their first name and number on these address labels, stick it on, and then reinforce that label with tape. You see, I've reinforced this label with this tape, because after a while the ink rubs off and it fades away, so it's got to be reinforced. So I'll put these address labels here, and I'll put the tapes here so that you know what this is for. Thank you.